a monument to a great leader or a tribute to a mass murderer. Here in the city of Zaporizhzhia stands the first new statue of Joseph Stalin to be erected in Ukraine for more than 50 years. Georgy is one of those who believes Stalin was a hero because he defeated Nazi Germany during World War II. In fact, he admires the former Soviet leader so much, he's even changed his name to Stalin.
For me, Stalin is the greatest figure of all time, in any country. In world history, he is number one. Stalin never made a mistake in his life. Everything he did was flawless.
The statue was inaugurated with a ceremony outside the local Communist Party offices. Party supporters got another chance to hear the Soviet anthem and the voice of the notorious Soviet leader. But many other Ukrainians see Stalin as a vicious dictator. They say he was responsible for the mass famine here in the 1930s, when millions of Ukrainians died of starvation. Roman KRUTSIK has spent years documenting Soviet atrocities and runs this museum in the capital, which he finances out of his own pension.
We will never forget those crimes that Stalin committed, those millions of people who died because of his leadership, especially in Ukraine, which was a training ground for testing the methods of mass repression.
Volodymyr TKACHUK was 8 years old when the famine started here in the 1930s. He saw some of his family die of starvation and witnessed one woman so desperately hungry she resorted to cannibalism. He says he'll never forgive Stalin or the Soviet regime.
There was no family in which nobody died. The famine was such a huge disaster that every morning a cart would come around to pick up all the dead bodies which were lying in the street.
This statue is yet another symbol of the deep divisions within Ukrainian society. Divisions not just between pro-Western and pro-Russian political forces, but also about the history of Ukraine itself. With the country's new president now forging closer links with Moscow again, the controversy over this monument won't be the last dispute about Ukraine's past or about its future. Collin, Al Jazeera, Zaporizhzhia.